Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Bestsniper23 podcast, episode number 1. That's right, we're back. We were never here to begin with, but we're here with something maybe a little bit different, and something that you probably haven't really expected from someone like me, Bestsniper23. And what I really plan to do with this podcast is really up in the air, kind of like an aeroplane. But I'm just gonna start talking, and I'll probably talk about everything. The first thing that we get to talk about today is happy news. Okay, so that's the first segment of my show. I call it Happy News. It's where instead of hearing about all the evil in the world and pretend COVID-19, which was actually made up by the French people, but never mind, I'll talk about that later. Instead of talking about some of that dreary, eerie stuff, we got to talk about some of the good stuff in the world. Like, for instance, let's talk about something today that doesn't fucking have to do with COVID-19. Okay, here's the thing. Um, Happy news. Okay, here's a good one. A son, looks like a son in Egypt. A son was diagnosed with terminal cancer. No, there was a son. Wait, there was a son. It was in Egypt. It was no. Wait, they don't live in Egypt. It was okay. So there was a guy, and his mom was diagnosed with terminal cancer. I don't know what that is. With terminal cancer. So, and then he raised enough money, and he'd take her on a trip. And guess what? Guess how he raised up all the money to take her on a trip to Egypt? Guess what? He freaking baked Philly cheesesteaks. Philly cheesesteak sandwiches, which, by the way, is pretty freaking good. I only got to have one once at a baseball game. That was a really sad day for me. Went there. Thought I was gonna catch a freaking home run ball. But it turns out it's pretty freaking hard to catch a home run baseball whenever your stupid freaking stepdad can't even afford tickets to the baseball game. And you gotta watch the stinking baseball game from the top of a tree. It's not even a tall tree. One of these days. One of these days. Oh, anyway, back to some news that makes you not want to kill yourself. There was a woman in California. Guess what she did? She fostered over 80 infants in her home over the past 34 years. 80 infants. So she raised 80 children. Wait, she fostered. Like this. Oh, like imaginary friend. Okay, over 80 infants in her home over the past 30 years. That's okay. That's kind of impressive, but at the same time, it's kind of not impressive. You think about that 80 infants, 80 babies over the course of 34 years. That's like what? Maybe 2 per year? Like just maybe a little bit over 2, like 2.013 or something like that. That's not impressive. I could probably do like 100 a day. Cause they're just freaking babies. You don't gotta do nothing to feed them. They're easy. Anyway, and maybe we'll do one more uplifting news story to end off this segment. Let's see here. There is Biden. Don't want to talk about that. Biden. Don't want to talk about Biden. That's stupid. I don't want to talk about him. He's putting freaking microchips in the playgrounds. Don't want to talk about him. How about one about a freaking dog? Southwest Virginia. Hey, that's where I'm from. Well, I'm from Virginia. Harper's Ferry, to be exact. Okay, Southwest Virginia law enforcement makes switch to canines not imprinted on. I can't see. Sometimes when I start to read these fucking sentences, they just keep going and I kind of forget what I was doing. But anyway, I'm tired of uplifting news. Now I want to talk about freaking Mortal Kombat. No. Well, I don't want to talk about nothing in particular, but what I do want to talk about is some freaking video games I've been playing. There's this game that I've been playing. Holy crap. So if you guys didn't know, I didn't really get to mention it all that much, but I got a freaking gaming computer. I got a gaming computer, and believe me, when I saw it at a freaking Goodwill, I was probably thinking what you're thinking right now. I was probably like, what the heck? How can there be a gaming computer at a Goodwill? Well, there was one. I mean, it's from the year 2003, and there was a whole lot of freaking ants in it. But when I take it home and I finally got all the ants out, and I plugged it up and everything like that, there was a game on there, right? It was a game. The computer started up, and there was a game on the front on the home screen, and I can't think of the name right now. There was a game where you start. Okay, so you're a bug. It's a game, and it's actually a game on the internet. It's like a MMORPG or something. You start on the internet, and you start out as a bug, but you get to select which kind of bug you want to be. And like for me, I got to choose, and you can create your own class and everything like that. I got to choose a grasshopper, which is I don't like bugs, but if I had to be a bug, that would be the number one bug I would be as a grasshopper. And I'd probably go like a sword or something, or grasshopper, right? So grasshopper, you get to choose. I get to choose to be a grasshopper, and everybody else get to choose. And every different kind of bug has like a different, like a different kind of thing that they can do. Grasshopper, they can jump really high. You stinking idiot. Ladybug, can't really do nothing. An ant can bite you and turn you into, and it kind of goes on like that. So the game, basically, there's no way to beat the game, and there's no cheat codes in it. Which at first I was like, I don't care about that. But let me have a drink of my coffee. This show is brought to you by coffee, by the way. So it's a bug MMO PRG, and you basically go on quests, and like one of the main quests, I think the main story in the game is you have to steal food from a picnic. Again, it's not the craziest thing in the world, but the cool part is you get to play with other people and you can fight with other people. And I'm not sponsored by the Bug MMORPG, and I don't remember what it's called, and also it's from the year 2003. So sorry if I don't know what it is. Oh, so that's pretty much in the world of gaming. Got a gaming computer. I had to sell my PlayStation again to buy freaking shoes. You would think that you wouldn't go through shoes as quickly as I do, but it's like every 2 months they just start to dissolve, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it has to do with me. I don't know. I mean, I one thing is guilty as charged. I like to go puddle stomping. I like to go through the puddles and splash in the puddles. So what? Call the police on me. I don't care. But maybe it has to do with my sweat or something like that. My glands. Maybe I'm like a scorpion, really, but not actually. A lot of money spent on shoes, and I'm kind of drawing a blank here. I can't really think about what to talk about. It's been a good year so far. I only got COVID. Well, I only got COVID once. But technically, I went to the doctor, and they told me that they said, Enrique, you have had COVID for a year and 2 months somehow. And I said, well, I thought that I was just, having trouble breathing. I thought that I was coughing up blood every morning just because I was like staying up late or something. But no, apparently I not only yes, I had COVID. Not only did I have it, but I'm like there's a medical journal being written all about me, so I'm pretty much famous. Hi, welcome to Texas Roadhouse. How can I help you? Oh my God, it's Enrique Moya. Holy crap! Right this way, sir. Here's your table, because you're such a celebrity. That's what it will be like, or that's what it's gonna be like here soon. So, I had COVID. It wasn't that bad. Everybody complaining about it is just a stupid bitch, and I had it for over a year, so if I can survive it, anybody can. All these old people are just stupid bitches, and they can't handle it, and that's just the way that it is. Bum bum. Yeah, but don't get vaccinated unless you're a stupid faggot, and that's pretty much it. Excuse the language, but this is a explicit podcast, so there's your warning. Alright, and that's, even though it's a little short, this is what you can expect in the Bestsniper23 podcast. Freaking going off the rails on the crazy train, the ways I like to put it. Going off the rails on the crazy train. That's pretty much it. Uh, Tune in next time for episode 2, where we get to talk about freaking uh, Star Wars 2. All right.